Guys, welcome. As we mentioned yesterday, we're going to introduce a new finance product for everyone, for the sales team. I was talking to Michelle and Conrad about it. I'm very excited about it. You know, I mentioned yesterday there's a lot of great benefits of it. We'll go through the details today, but I really think it can help in particular with Set for Life as the main focus for you guys to be promoting to the clients, because we're going to be looking at, you know, payment plans for $20,000 unsecured loan from like $585 a month for $20,000, which makes it pretty much affordable for anyone that has a job to be able to do the Set for Life program. So can we give Michelle Coleman a very big welcome? So pass these out. These are the details. Michelle will run through these. And then any questions. And we're recording this today. Obviously, there's some people that aren't here, so you can reference back to this training and answer any of your questions. Michelle, tell us about this amazing product.
Okay, so it's a personal loan product. There's two sort of ways to do it. Up to $15,000 is unsecured, so no security required, but depending on the strength of the applicant, they may require something. Or above 15, up to 35, 38. It just requires a caveat over a property. So, except if they're living in Queensland.
So that's for the personal loan.
Personal loan. So this is the
there's two products. There's an educational loan product and there's a personal loan product.
Yeah. So the personal loan is the one I've given you right now, which goes through all the different things, the amounts, the rate, what type of security. They can basically go up to 90%, including the personal loan against their existing security if you go above the 15. So for someone who's like a low dot client who can't normally go above 80%, they can actually go above 80% now with this, and it's the same rate. So there's no distinguishing there, and it's just a low dot declaration, which is no one else has got that as far as I know. So any worthwhile purpose, just not available for debt consolidation. So there's a few helpful tips a bit later to let your client know what to say and what not to say, if that makes sense. And down below is all the fees and things like that. So establishment fee $195, an account fee around about $10 a month. Any legal fees, that's just the caveat cost, which is usually about $150, things like that. And then below is the administrator or brokerage fee. So that's what we charge the client as well. And it's on different loan sizes, so if you go through that. So that's just the product spec. The next couple of pages is just a bit about who Evergreen is, which is the supplier. So if any of your clients do ask, just gives you a bit of background. They've been around since 2001. They've got a lot of money to lend in the personal loan space, and they specialise in niches. So that's why they've sort of contacted us, and we've got a great relationship with them. So probably the best things I need you sort of understand is that obviously the person needs to have a job, main thing. It's definitely got to have a bit of stability. You can't be sort of 3 months in your job. You know, it's got to be sort of a bit of consistency, and they need to either have a couple of pay slips, ID to prove their residency, and I'll go through that in a little while. No early exit fees, can be made weekly, fortnight, monthly. They can actually make extra payments and then redraw it again, so it's like a line of credit. It's not like some other personal loans where you have that fixed payment and you can't redraw out again, so you've got that extra flexibility. That's probably it on that one. So they need to be over 18 and under 75. They need to be a permanent resident. They have to have a credit history of around 12 months. So we've got to have a bit of, you know, a credit card or, you know, minimum in their job 12 months. So there's a bit of, you know, requirement there. The capacity guidelines, I don't know if you guys get involved with that. It's based on Advantage's serviceability calculator, and I can send that to you if you want to get that detail. But it's probably one of the easiest in the marketplace, so that's really good. Goes through what we need in terms of documents. You need to either have a mortgage statement if they're renting, a tenancy agreement, contact number, or utilities bill, so we can prove that they're living in Australia. Either 2 recent pay slips. If they haven't got a pay slip, they can provide a letter, but it has to state certain things, which is outlined there. So if you're self-employed, they need 2 years tax returns. If they are self-employed for 3 years, we can do that low doc declaration, then don't have to supply any of that, but their accountant has to sign off on that. So basically it just shows you what's not acceptable, so you can't have generic pay envelopes, you know, the old ones, the yellow ones where they write the hours and things like that. It has to be a real pay slip. Also, the employment letters have to be typed, can't be a handwritten note on a napkin, those kind of things. I've seen it, so it does happen. Any questions so far on that? So the instructions I've put there, that's going to change a little bit. I think we're doing something a bit different with the landing pages and things like that.
Yeah, so Leonie and Jackie will set up a landing page. We make it very simple for you. She'll go through that later. You know, where you direct the clients to. They'll be filling it in online.
Yep, so they fill it all in online, so you don't have to do anything with them. So they fill everything online. I've actually got an example in the pack there of what they need to fill in. It shows you the pages. It's 5-10 minutes. It was really easy. So I did that today and it was really easy. So it goes through to Evergreen and they process it and contact the client, say it's approved, this is what we need, and it lists what supporting documents they need. And it can be done in like 3 or 4 days. It's really quick and easy. So I've lodged loans one day, got the approval the same day, that afternoon, documents done, the next day, payment the day after. So it can be really easy. They don't always necessarily need to do a valuation. They've got online valuation, so it's really quick and easy. The real important thing is when they're putting the purpose on the application, it can't say debt consolidation. So I've given you a few tips there of what they can put: property investing, share investing, renovations, medical expenses, purchase a car, purchase a computer. So we want to sort of direct them a little bit so they don't say the wrong thing, because they could have a perfect application. If they have the wrong purpose, it's declined. So just got to be wary of that. The next page, I've just given you some guidelines on what a repayment is. So if they want to borrow, say, $20,000, it's $585 a month. You know, if they want to borrow the $37,000, it's nearly $1,100 a month. So it gives you a guide. If you're talking about your products, you can say, well, it's only going to cost you X amount per month.
And that's over 5 years.
That's over 5 years, and it's a fixed payment. And interest is calculated based on the balance. If they do make extra, the interest is readjusted.
So you can see there, a $5,000 loan, if you've got that page open, is $153 a month. So yeah,
makes it really easy and affordable for some of your products.
But on this particular product though, this is up to $15,000 unsecured.
Unsecured.
So they're doing like a $20,000 loan.
They'd have to have a caveat over their property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't have a property, they can't go above the $15,000.
Yeah. The only time it makes it a bit more difficult if the property is in Queensland, because they don't accept caveats. It makes it a second mortgage, which can make it a lot more tricky.
Yeah.
So just be wary of that.
To make that easier for clients, can we do 5,000 cash and the balance on the finance?
For Set for Life, that's what we would
Set
do.
for Life.
Is you'd say borrow 15,000,
Yeah.
the other amount they would pay us.
Yeah.
But with the educational product, it's probably going to be similar criteria.
Yeah, you still have to have similar criteria, but the educational product is going to be like a payment plan. So this is over 5 years, but we're working on an educational payment plan over a 6 or 12 month. So they have pay off in instalments, which our company will arrange a product that will fund that. So it makes it really easy without actually technically a loan itself. It's a payment plan that we help fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm getting more details this afternoon, tomorrow, hopefully, on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions so far? No? So the last couple of pages is just an example, so you had an idea of what the website looked like. We're going to sort of change the branding because that's Evergreen directly into their site. It's going to come up W Financial soon, but that sort of gives you an idea, and it sort of goes through what you need to put for the amount, all the different questions, and like I said, it took me maybe 7 minutes today just to quickly type it all in.
So I guess once they get the link to that, they can practice filling it in and just see how it works.
Yeah, just don't press the last button because then all your details will go across and have a loan application, which we can give you a loan, but obviously, you know, we don't want to do extra applications for no reason. What will happen at the other end, I'm going to arrange for a copy of the...
Just on that, so from compliance reason, would the client have to enter the details, or can they enter the details for them over the phone? Oh, and do it into the system?
They can do it over the phone into the system. I don't see a
Yeah.
problem with that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably I'll double check it, but maybe we'll just get an email from the client to you guys saying I authorise for you to complete this on my behalf. Yeah, something like that, just to cover off anything with ASIC and NCCP rules.
Yeah, we'll actually do that according to NCCP.
That's what I've got to check, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know some lenders we can, like for example Bankwest we can. It's online, yeah.
Yeah, so otherwise you just send them the link,
Yeah,
and then they can fill it out.
yeah.
Or you can still send them a link while you're talking to them over the phone and walk them through it.
Walk them through it, yeah.
The other way to
Yeah,
do it,
yeah, because you'll be able to see the screens that they're seeing,
Yeah.
this thing here, yeah, yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll also send back through to 21st Century a copy of their form, so you've got it, so you don't have to fill out another financial fact find. It's all there, the same information will be there, if not, probably more information to help you look at different other things that you can talk to them about. Yeah. Any questions?
Do the funds get directly dispersed to 21st Century?
No, to the client, as they direct on here. For this product, The payment plan educational one, that will be different. That's to 21st century. Yeah.
So you get dispersed to the client and the client, we've just got to make sure we liaise with accounts to make sure they get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can always talk to the personal loan people if it is going to be specific, whether we can pay you directly to save the hassle of them getting.
Because they're going to go, oh, I'm going to go shopping.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we can look at that. Yeah.
so
With the education product, is there likely to be able to extend the 6-12 month type payment plan so it's a little bit longer?
I'll check that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the longer it is,
Probably will depend on the risk
Yeah.
of your client, and we can probably look at that and maybe test it for 6 to 12 months and then see how that goes. Yeah.
is the personal loan, would you say, more difficult to get approval?
It'll be different because I think part of the risk on the educational payment plan will be on your willing
Yeah.
to take the risk as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
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 Yeah, we're
This
sure.
is credit, whereas there's a different arrangement in that
Yeah.
side of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so on the education one, we'll have those details shortly.
And then I can always come in again and
Yeah.
go over that. Yeah.
That'd be great. So another idea we come up with in the meeting before, which obviously council will have to sign off on, so I won't say it's definite, but I'm sure I can influence them, is just so we can lock in a sale either way. Let's use the example of the $20,000
Yep.
one. We're going to have, we might have to amend that if, it's over 15,000, the fact that they would need some security, but let's just use that as the example. So let's say it's a 20,000 for Set for Life. And the repayment plan is how much per month?
$585.
So it's $585. Okay. Now a lot of clients do have copies, so they'll get that. If they don't, then you have to go. 15,000 is the max. So SV, this is for you to see whether you think this is a great idea. Is what we can do to lock in the sale, because you don't want a sale that's pending to the finances approved and then it falls. Don't get it, that falls over or they change their mind. Is what I would suggest is that we do. Is that we guarantee them one way or the other. Either as long as they've got an income, okay, you can't be guaranteeing people that don't have an income.
We can set some
You can set
parameters.
the parameters. They have to be maybe minimum 20 hours a week work, absolute minimum or something. If that's the case, yes, you can do the program, whether it's a $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 in this example. And what we will do, let's set up your online application to get the personal loan or the credit. In the event that you're not approved, 21st Century will give you finance approval either way. In other words, so it's $585 a month to pay off the personal loan. If for some reason they're not approved on that, 21st Century will simply charge them $585 a month by 5 years. Point being, the point being is that rather than lose the sale, we would still better off, I'd say, is it's still taking a $585 over 5 years. Now, of course, we're not going to wait 5 years because then we can go back 6-12 months later and apply for get them to get a loan pays out after a year or whatever. The point would be so you don't lose the sale. So either way, you lock in a sale. Does that make sense? Now, this would only work, of course, we're only doing this on our internal programs. Now, Set for Life is an internal program. Most of it is anyhow. The other programs would be obviously the home study, US memberships, PD memberships, and John Thompson.
What would be the second trading strategy if they can't take shield reports?
Well, it depends what combo you have in it. I don't know what the combos are. So Forex, I'm saying for Set for Life we mightn't allow Forex or Sharelord in it, but I'm saying it's individual programs. If they're doing a personal loan, they can do that.
The personal loan, that's fine.
Personal loan,
Yeah.
they can do anything, but the educational package will come through. Initially, we'll only do it on our internal programs, Sharelord and Forex. One-offs won't be able to be through the educational package, just put them in the personal loan. In this case, this is the personal loan example. So for Set for Life, that's fine. It's approved. If it's not approved, we'd have to look at that with the
Or
Sharelord.
we could give them an option for the first 12 months and do like a balloon payment after 12 months. So we could give an option for 12 months,
Yeah.
but 5 years is too much. So we could do like a balloon loan, like we do end of 12 months, you got to pay a balance.
Yeah, they'd have 15,000 or 14,000 left owing in balloon at the end of 12 months.
What about paying $5,000, applying for the $15,000 loan? They
Yep.
have to pay 25% up front, which is the $5 grand.
Yep.
And then if they get declined, they just make the rest of the $585 payments to us But at least we're guaranteeing ourselves $5,000 up front.
Yep.
So we
That's it.
guarantee at least 10 grand in the first 12 months.
Mm.
The rest can come in.
Mm.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do the balloon, you probably want to do the balloon at 18 or 24 months. Otherwise, people
I'm just
people
saying,
won't
not-
take it after 12 months because it's too big of a balloon. Where we could say in 18 months, or it's just. I mean, we would like to think that 70% plus of applicants as long as
Should
they've
get
got a job,
approved.
will get
Yeah.
approved on personal loan. So we're only talking 20-30% of clients. But for you guys, you know, you're going to do the work. You go, well, it's nice to be able to say to a client, look, either way, if you're not approved through this, we will guarantee your finance at this.
So, excuse me, how squeaky clean do they need to be for approval?
Pretty much squeaky clean in terms of no defaults.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one or like a telco for a couple $100, but
Yeah.
they have to have a clean credit, have a job, and there'll be some set parameters we can give you a guideline of, you know,
Yep.
yeah. Because obviously if they've got 20 hours a week but they've got 5 kids, they probably won't get approved.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as before this, we can have a chat about this for if it lines it up, but we can structure it where, say, it's set for life, that they're drip fed some of the programs. So if they want ShareLord or Forex sooner, well then there might be some additional conditions to
Numbers
it.
are coming later on.
Yeah. But it's true, as David said, like, to get most of them through for set for life, and obviously it's lower price package is not an issue, that's fine, that's just standard. Well then, yeah, you're going to say, well, it will put you through for 15,000 applications, so you don't need security, which more will go through.
Yep.
You would need to come up with a, 4995 deposit to us. If that doesn't go through, we will then finance the rest anyhow, so that's probably what you'd be positioning for. But some people don't have the $5,000 deposit. So that's what you've got to weigh up.
Or maybe they might be
They should
approved for
include
$5,000 but not
life.
15, so
Yeah.
then they can maybe part
Yeah,
finance.
and then, that's true, they only come through a certain way, yeah. Like, get a $5,000 loan, yep, and then the rest we finance. The idea is that you can basically, if they won't finance you, as long as you meet predetermined conditions, we will finance you for the education. So how's that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah, how many set for life sales per month would you now sell at $585 a month?
We don't want to promote that option. We want to promote
So all right, 70% of them will get approved as an example. We'll test it.
Test it.
Would you mind,
Unless
SV, here's the question, SV. If 70% approved here, we only had to fund 30% for 12, 18, 24 months max. Is that still a good thing?
you just want to say yes.
Okay, but this is on camera, so we want to know how many set for life are you now going to sell each per month?
How long do we call back for on camera for this? How many months have to pass by before we're in the clear? I don't want, 25 months later, you guys coming with a bill. $15,000 spent set for life 4 years ago.
Yeah, that would have to have more detail.
Well, I think for everyone here, in sales, it shouldn't be hard to sell at least one a week. So you just go to the clients that you sell,
At $585 a month for set for
At
life, you
least
should be able to sell a lot more.
per salesperson per once
Yeah.
a week at least. What do you guys think?
Because what's the current payment plan on a set for life? 2,000.
$2,500 a month.
Is the lowest payment plan, so.
Big difference in cash flow.
Yeah.
I mean, the home study's $500 a month, isn't it? Repayment plan.
I mean, most people could afford 500. It is another car loan or it is
Yeah.
another personal loan for a holiday. It's actually can fit in with most people's budgets
Yeah.
at $500.
Yeah, I'd be looking at a number like a dozen a month each.
We could
At
refinance the home
$585.
loan and save them the $500 a month. So it actually doesn't
Yeah.
cost them extra. There's a whole heap of ways we could
Yeah.
present
Is
it.
there early payment penalty on it?
Nope.
And a client doing set for life, if they can't improve their financial situation significantly. Now, other people might just be doing a $5,000 program and want to get the 15 or 20,000 or up to what 30.
Yeah, because you could then use the difference for what you're trying to use it for, like shares or US property or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone got a, say, a $35,000 loan, $10,000 for the Platinum US membership, and then there's $25,000 to pay 50% of a house, and they borrow another 50% through Joel, and then all of a sudden away they go. Or same for land banking.
Will that be a conflict now? Will other lenders lend in? If they're overextending themselves with their borrowing, they have a repayment to this lender. Will the other lenders that Joel have lend in?
In the US,
They will.
it'll be irrelevant to them.
That's an asset lend in the US.
It's just an asset lend at 50% LVR, which is fairly
Well, then if it's an asset lend, it
quite
doesn't.
conservative, yeah.
It doesn't affect service building.
It'll
Yeah.
affect it here if they went and did another loan here. It's a commitment.
Yeah, they get you 15% on the house. All combination, there's super money, whatever.
Yep.
Any questions?
Well, with Set for Life, guys, just as a little strategy, I know based on the 15K, a lot of people are doing strategies out of their superannuation for Set for Life. So you can just say, hey, look, we'll take 5K out of your super and do we'll finance you 15K. That would be a strategy there.
But can you use super money? You can't use super money for courses.
Not courses, but for Set for Life, we've got the 2 property components in it, which is US property and PD membership.
And can they do that with super?
Yeah, you can pay for PD membership because it's a prerequisite for buying a land block. So you can do it with the 5.5 and 7.7.
And I believe it's the same for the US property because it's a property sourcing service.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we're able to structure it that way. So if you guys, as salespeople, if we say, yeah, we can finance 15K, we'll just use the other 5K from your super.
Yeah.
Because, look, they're going to buy the land lots out of the super anyway, and some people are going to get US properties from the super.
So in that case, you'd want to at least still take a $495 deposit regardless. You want to lock the sale in either way. That's what I'd be doing. Anything else you think that I might need to know?
Not at this stage. I'll give you all my cards if you do have any questions. Just probably email them through. The phone is constantly to my ears. You may not get me, but if you just email through, then I'll get someone to give you a call or email you back.
Yeah, so Michelle does all the other finance that we've been sending through clients as well. The offices are just like walking distance from
Yep.
here. And Michelle will be speaking at the 4-day and also the Business Academy on the finance. So obviously at the events when people can literally sign up, and you're saying in some cases it's 3-day approval.
Yeah, for the personal loan, I've had 3-day from lodgement to funding.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate that,
No
and
worries.
we hope to have you very busy.
Yep.
Give her a hand. Very good. So SV, let's just go through some numbers on that separately so we can confirm all that. But that would be great. Dozen Set for Life each. Big bonuses. Thanks, guys.